All right, everyone. Thank you for joining this call today. I have it at 11 o'clock Central, so we will go ahead and get started because your time is important. My name is Liz Short, for those of you who just joined the call. I am part of the team who is helping to bring you our new portal, Fairway Driver. This is one of 4 training sessions that we are doing for you guys as part of our rollout for Fairway Driver. And today we are going to be talking about submitting a credit package as well as working with conditions. If you were able to join us yesterday, we talked about creating a file and disclosing. We also had another training last week where we covered the high-level view of the portal and the driver interface, looking at status trackers, and really just getting your feet wet in the system. Now, our next and final training is going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I'm going to walk you through how you can request the initial CD through the new driver portal, as well as request having that loan sent to the closing department once it's clear to close and schedule. So I hope you are able to join me for that. Now, good news, if you are unable to join any other call, or maybe you know some folks who were unable to attend today, we are recording all of these training sessions, and they are available for you or your team, so feel free to send those out as well too. And finally, if you do need additional training, your account executives are on standby to help you out, so please reach out to them. They can facilitate getting additional training set up for you, either one-on-one or maybe with your team as a whole. We're here for you with whatever you need. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. If you guys have any questions as I go, please do feel free to put them into the chat box. I will be watching that and answering any questions as they come up, so please don't be shy. As you can see on my screen right here, we have our new web page. Right now, the website for this is pilot.fairwaywholesalelending.com. We are bringing this to you as part of our pilot process, since you are our pilot participants. Up at the top right-hand corner of this web page is where you can find a link to the portal. So you can go ahead and always access Fairway Driver by clicking on that link above. I am actually in our test environment right now. So as I said yesterday, what we did was cover how you can create a loan and go through up through requesting Fairway does disclosures on your behalf or submitting those disclosures, that information that you disclosed. Today, what we're going to do is look at taking it a step further. And I'm going to open up a loan that I had already requested disclosures for, and we are going to look at how to submit a credit package. Now, to go ahead and submit a credit package, we want to make sure that you are using the Submit Credit Package screen. I am going to open up my status tracker so you can see on this loan. I had requested disclosures I had requested disclosures and I sent them out today as well too. And so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is click on this Submit Credit Package screen. Now, I do recommend just a helpful tip. These screens are pretty much laid out in the order that you want to navigate them in. And I do want to call out to make sure that you are going to the Submit Credit Package screen in order to submit that initial credit package versus this View Upload Docs. And I'll talk a bit about that in more detail a little bit later on in the process. It's a little confusing if you go out of order. It can be. We're working on fixing that. So please make sure that you are going onto this screen to upload your credit package. Now, on the Submit Credit Package screen, there's just a few pieces of information. You'll see that we promptly display the estimated closing date. You'd already given this date to us on your loan estimate screen when you created that, but we just want to make sure that nothing's changed, and if there has been an update to the closing date, we allow you to go ahead and update that date for us here on this screen. There's a space that you can put any comments that you would need to put on this file, so feel free to enter any brief comments. However, I do recommend that if you have more detailed underwriting comments or something to that effect, you would continue to upload that via an LOX or the way that you normally would have in the past. I also want to call out that any rush requests or anything to that effect should not be done through this comments box. That should follow the standard process that has always existed, reaching out to your account executive and requesting those rushes. From there, you can either choose to drag and drop or choose a file, and I'm going to go in and upload a few files. Now, you can choose to go ahead and upload individual files, or if you do have a full document, as you can see here, one full credit package, that's fine as well too. We do encourage you though, definitely feel free to upload separate documents. Our team definitely loves that. It saves them time as well too. So if you already have those separated out and just want to drag and drop those all over into this section, you can do that. Now let's say you accidentally uploaded a document twice or didn't want to include something. You can hit this individual delete button in order to remove the document from the upload. Once you've confirmed you have all the documents you need, you can go ahead and hit submit. And these documents are going to upload along with notification to Fairway that you're ready for us to review the loan and get it over to the underwriter. Now, a few things I want to note about this screen. First, you'll see that you did get the successful message that the documents were uploaded. So you know that you are good to go, everything's in works, and you don't need to worry about anything. The credit package submitted date will populate when you submit the credit package. However, at this moment, this week at least, it is not instantaneous, and neither is the document upload. So the documents and this date are going to populate, unfortunately, within 15 minutes, probably maybe up to 30 of when you exit the file. Now, it's a timing issue on our end. We're getting that fixed this week. After this week, you shouldn't see that as an issue anymore. But I just want to call that out, that right away, you're not going to see this date populate, nor are you going to see those documents in the View Upload Documents tab, okay? But don't worry, they will appear. Just give it a little time, 15, maybe 30 minutes, and you should be able to go in there and see those two dates. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to walk you through it on an individual file basis. And like I said, after this week, we should see an improvement in that. That time frame for that date will be instantaneous, and the documents will be available, let's say 5 minutes at the max or less. So that's the great news. Now, the other date that you'll want to look out for is the submitted to underwriting date. This date is going to populate once your CRS has gone ahead and reviewed all of your documents, has approved them, moved them into the right folder, and is getting that loan in line for your underwriter. You'll see that date populate in that field, so you can keep a track of where your loan is at in the status by using this status tracker. I'm going to pause for a second and again remind you guys, if you have any questions as I go along, please feel free to put those questions in the chat window, in the chat box. I will go ahead and answer those questions as we go along. If there are no questions at this time, which it looks like there's not, what we're going to look at now is a file that we have submitted for underwriting and has been approved and has some conditions on the loan. So we can see what those conditions are going to look like and how we can work those conditions and submit them back to Fairway for review. Now, when I open this loan, we're going to look at the status tracker, and we'll see some of those dates are filled in that we talked about. If your loan was suspended by chance, if for some reason we had to issue a suspense on the loan, you will see a suspense date in the status tracker field as well too. So kind of floating about right here on my screen, you would see a suspense status with a date. When I open this file, you can see that I have an approval date on my loan, and you can also see when that date was submitted to underwriting. So I submitted my credit package yesterday, again in my test world. It got submitted to underwriting today, and then it got approved today as well too. So I know I have an approved loan. I want to go ahead and look at my conditions on the loan. So I'm going to go down to the conditions screen, and that's going to allow me to look and see what my conditions are, as well as upload documents associated with those specific conditions. So when I'm on my conditions screen, I have a couple different views that I can look at. Right now, I am on this first view, which is on showing me all conditions on the loan. I can sort and slice and dice those pretty easily by using the tabs up at the top of the screen. If you did have a loan that was suspended, your suspense conditions would appear here under the prior to approval tab. These would be any conditions that would need to be addressed in order to get your loan out of suspense. Now, I have an approved loan, so the first tab that I'm going to look at is my prior to docs tab. And this is showing me all the conditions that I need to get in for my loan to be clear to close. I also have my prior to funding tab, which is going to show me all of my funding conditions as well too. Those today I'm not as concerned about because I'm working on getting my file clear to close, but of course you always want to look at those to make sure there are no surprises and you're working on whatever conditions you need to fulfill at funding as well too. Now, when I'm looking at my individual condition, similarly to how we were able to submit the credit package, I can either choose to drag and drop or click and click and pick a specific condition. Again, if you would like to, you are able to go ahead and upload all your conditions as a bulk upload together. If that is how your business process works, we definitely will facilitate that and have no problem with you doing that. However, if you already have your conditions separated out and would like to simply drag and drop or attach them, similarly to how I'm doing that right now, we definitely appreciate that. It does make it easier for our CSRs on our back end, which means that we can work your file faster as well too. So again, either way is fine, whatever you prefer, but that's how you can go in there and upload them individually. Now you're able to upload multiple documents, so if there was another condition, let's say I needed a couple W-2s or something like that, I could go ahead and upload multiple documents. I can also see what I uploaded by clicking on the icon. It's going to show me the name of the document I uploaded, and again, if for some reason I attached the wrong thing, maybe put it in there twice by mistake, I can go ahead and click delete and it'll remove that condition for me. Now, I'm going to hit save and go back to the conditions screen again for you. One thing I want to call out, and I'm not sure why I'm in test, my conditions did not save there, so I apologize. That should not happen on yours. That is not happening in our production. I don't know, not know what's happening with my test account. But something I want to call out. So you are able to go ahead and upload your conditions. In fact, as you get one in, if you want to go ahead and store it in the system, associate with the condition right when you get it in and reviewed it, that's great. We have this Ready for Fairway Review button at the bottom of this screen, as well as the Upload Docs screen. And this button should be used when you are ready for Fairway to review whatever conditions you have uploaded into the system. So, unlike Web Center today, which notifies us anytime you upload a document into the system, although the documents are being uploaded into our system, we are not going to be notified that you would like to push those documents to underwriting until you click on this Ready for Fairway Review button. Once you do that, the CSR will come in, review your documents, move them to the appropriate folder, and get them over to the underwriter for them to review. Hopefully, in a perfect scenario, we have a clear to close our first time through. But if for some reason maybe we were looking at a few documents that needed to be reviewed prior, or we still need something we need clarification on, they would go ahead and send this back over to you. You would then see the conditions that were still outstanding and would be able to upload and again hit Ready for Fairway Review. If there's any questions on that, Please definitely feel free to put those in the chat box. I know that is definitely different than how today Web Center is acting, so I just want to make sure we're clear. We wanted to be able to let you upload conditions at your convenience without having to notify us until you are ready. So hopefully you'll see that as an improved functionality that gives you a little bit more flexibility in how you use Fairway Driver to suit your business needs. I want to show you the View Upload Documents screen. And if you remember earlier in the training, I said that to make sure that you are not going to this screen or using this screen before the Submit Credit Package screen. And the reason for that is because, again, now, and this is because we're in pilot working, tweaking the system, this won't be forever, but this Ready for Fairway Review button you'll see is on this screen now, too. Now, in this scenario, that's great. This would allow you, if you are uploading bulk conditions, to be able to come in here, drag all of your conditions, drop them in one file, and click that button to let us know you'd upload all your conditions. The confusing part is that this button is still here before you've even submitted your credit package. So we've had some users come in and believe that by clicking that button, they were submitting their credit package for us the first time. Again, something we are working on getting fixed, so we know it's confusing, but I just want to make sure you understand that this button, Ready for Fairway Review, is always when you're ready for Fairway to review conditions on a loan that we've already looked at. Questions on any of that, guys? Now, I do want to call out with conditions, same as the initial credit package, those documents can take 15, maybe unfortunately 30 minutes after you get out of the loan to appear in our system. Again, that is only for this week. The change is in place to accelerate that timeline, and by the end of this week, you should see those documents in the system much quicker, probably no more than 5 minutes at the very max. Questions on any of that, guys? Okay. Well, quiet group. If you guys do have any questions, we are definitely here to help you. We have several different ways that you can reach out to us for help. First and foremost, we have our frequently asked questions page, which is on our pilotwholesalelending.com website. There you will be able to see questions that have already been asked and answered, hopefully to be able to help you self-serve a little bit sooner than maybe reaching out in some other ways. I will say that this is an area that we are working on beefing up. So again, by the end of this week, you should see a lot more questions on that FAQ page. So definitely keep checking that out. Second, we have a specific email that has a group of people working it dedicated to help with Fairway Driver questions. So if you get stuck, you can always email help@fairwaywholesalelending.com. Someone will get back to you right away and help troubleshoot whatever issue you're seeing. I know that in some instances they've done screen shares. They've really helped people get through some issues if they've got stuck or any roadblocks. So please, please, please don't be afraid to reach out to them. Also, the staff of our 800 number, and this number should be familiar to all of you, 877-743-6798. They are all available to answer any questions that you might have, not only in regards to Fairway Driver, but anything. But if you do have an urgent driver issue that you feel like you just need to speak to someone right away about, they are on standby to help either answer your question or get in touch with a person who can help them answer your question. So please, please, please don't feel free to reach out to that number as well too. Last but not least, I want to say one more time, please make sure you're able to attend tomorrow's training if you're interested. Tomorrow we're going to talk about requesting the CD through the driver portal, as well as scheduling the closing. The additional 2 pieces of automation that we have added into the system. These recordings, these trainings are recorded, like I said, so we will be sending these out. If you do have teammates who were unable to attend, please let them know that they can still attend by listening to the recorded webinars. And finally, a reminder, if you do want additional training, please reach out to your account executive. They can help coordinate additional one-on-one training or training for your team. We're here to help you with whatever we can. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Hope you found this helpful. Reach out to us if you have any questions, and we'll talk tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, where we'll go over this initial CD request and the scheduled closing request. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.